The third and final game will decide who moves on to the winners round 2 for the IPL Season 2. This matchup is between Complexity Destiny, our Zerg player, and Alternate Attack Socke, our Protoss player. Socke is spawning as the red Protoss in the northeast position, and his opponent, Complexity Destiny, spawning in the southwest as the purple Zerg. I'm DJ Wheat from OneMoreGame.tv, and this is the IPL Season 2. Some phenomenal matchups that we've seen here, and this one is no exception as we take it all the way to game number 3. Socke battles it out with Destiny in an amazing 45-minute game during game number 1 that went back and forth and back and forth. A lot of harassment. Destiny takes the map. Highly recommended by yours truly. And then in game number 2, we pretty much saw Destiny with just an overwhelming build as he really powered up his drones at the beginning and then just created an infestor and roach force that did serious damage over there on Socke. Socke, though, one of these Protoss that I really enjoy watching. Why is that? Well, I really like the way that Socke utilizes the gateway units and then is heavily utilizing the High Templar, especially versus Zerg, who are going very, very much in favor of infestors lately. They could be a great way to deal with that. And, I mean, it's just one of those few players out there that's actually doing it. So hats off to him. Love to see more Protoss players actually going that route, focusing on the upgrades. Not so much the Colossus play. And not that other Protoss don't do that, but it's kind of a... it's kind of a signature of Socke. So he is going to be going with this Forge Fast Expand as he's waiting for his 400 minerals so he can drop this Nexus down. And since we have a pool first build here, getting this Nexus down, well, Socke is not going to even try to stop that hatchery from going down. And so, well, maybe he is going to come back. Here we see the drone going out. And the drone is not going to be able to drop that hatchery. So once again, the Lings come out, but we see Destiny just a little bit behind. He's now getting... No, he's supply blocked again. This is so unusual of an opening. I just... I guess he just waits so that he can continue to power those drones, but the Queen comes out, will inject. The Overlord now being made. But... yeah, I guess just opting to go for a few more drones, but is always behind as a result. Manages to catch up because that's what Zerg does. That's their MO. One cannon there will stop that single Zergling from going in. Interesting that the Nexus didn't drop first. Socke decided to go with the gateway. Must have been because he saw that the pool was done just to be safe. Drop the cannon, gateway. And now we'll drop that Cybernetics core to make a nice little block here after the Nexus has gone down. So the Nexus went down a little bit later, but he also blocked the hatchery of Destiny. So that will put him in a fairly reasonable position here. More Lings are going to make their way up. See what they can scope out here. Just a cannon in their face. Doesn't feel good. Photon burns all of your hair off, and it's really nasty, nasty type thing. So Socke just droning up, getting a second gas. Pretty typical of what we see him start out with. Now, this would be the place now once this Nexus goes up. We have the pylon down. Is he going to drop a Stargate? We'll see if we're going to see a Stargate coming into effect here, as we have in all of the games from Socke. And yes, we are going to have the Stargate at the top of his ramp. So he's going to opt to go with that play again. And I do like that because your inside is going to be a little bit more vulnerable to this right here, this Overlord trying to sneak in. He's going to check out what's happening. But there's this Overlord over here, and he could actually make his way over to that gateway. Even if he continues on his current route, he will eventually see it. Will he be spotted? There's nothing out here that can stop him, though. So that will be a super early scout by Destiny on that, yep, there it is. He sees it on that Stargate, and the Void Ray is going to come out, but Destiny will know that much. And he has not known about that Stargate in the earlier games, except for the time when it's flown over a Zergling or killed an Overlord. So he really, really gets an early look at what is going on in the Protoss space. He's only got that one single gateway down as well. Going to throw a second pylon and get a sentry out. course, those force fields are oh so important. And this Void Ray pops. The Overlord will be like, nah, already told back home that you're coming. And that will, of course, allow Destiny to prepare up. You see he's got the typical placement for these Spore Crawlers in the main. This one kind of over on the side. And this is a really good placement for the Spore Crawler because typically if they do come in from this location, you're going to have good coverage with that Spore Crawler. So nicely done. From here, you kind of have coverage of everywhere. But if they do come through here, they can do more. That's why a second Spore Crawler being put down there right next to the gas. Creep being spread out across the map. And here comes this Void Ray. Might be in for a sweet surprise as he will be more than ready for this engagement. Meanwhile, are more gateways going down? Still no more gateways, huh? Nope, another Void Ray going to come out. And still seeing on the one gateway, Warp Gate Research coming out, not needing the Chrono Boost on it. Doesn't even have the gateways really to make it go into full effect here. And is he going to start getting Phoenixes now? No, a third Void Ray coming out. And maybe he just feels like, okay, I showed my Void Ray, now it's gone. So I don't have to deal with it anymore. Is maybe what Destiny is thinking. But we have a third Void Ray coming out. And I don't think that Destiny is going to quite have vision of what is going on here. He's going to go ahead and charge up on the rocks. Will he go after the Spore Crawler? No, he's going to go after the Extractor first. Then he might go after the Queen. Will go after the Queen. But that Spore Crawler is the scary engagement now with a third Void Ray coming up here. This could be good for Socke. Do we have another Queen coming over? Uh-oh, and a Phoenix. The Phoenix can actually... Uh-oh. Oh, he's charged up. He's going to be rooting that Spore Crawler. That Spore Crawler with 3. Oh, no. This is so bad. The Spore Crawler will go down. There is another one. This Queen is going to fall. But he left with that one Void Ray and then came back with 3 more. Going to put down some more Spore Crawlers. He's going to move away some of those drones away to the natural so that he can deal with this. Another Phoenix on his way over. And this air heavy build now targeting that lair at full power. And this is so bad. A bunch of Spore Crawlers are going to pop. Unfortunately, they are out of range here. And so those Void Rays might be able to take out the lair. And if they do, that might just be game over right away for Destiny. If he was smart, he might start morphing a lair at his natural just to be 100% sure. But now we're going to have them flip around, start killing off a few drones here. Does have the 2 Spore Crawlers. Going to take out a lot of these Overlords as well, being a huge nuisance with this air army. And the damage has been done. Let's take a look at the drone count. Now the Zerg is behind by 15. The lair did manage to stay alive, has several Spore Crawlers there, but he had to pay a lot of money to get that all down. And those are drones he weren't making and units that he wasn't making. And there we see the Infestation Pit ready to deal with this air army with the Infestors. +1 weapons going down. It's literally, I just feel like we're watching the same game on a different map, and that is okay with me. Is that so wrong? I mean, this time has been a little different because Socke has chosen to go with a much stronger air army. His Phoenix count is getting higher. This is a little bit more like game number 1. Creep being spread out quite nicely over here by Destiny. He's getting a lot more Infestors out. And over here at the main, did he? No, he didn't. Okay. So over here at the main, getting +2 attack, more Infestors, and getting also Roach speed. And this is where he gets that number of Infestors that he has, and he gets them first so that he can deal with those air attacks, stop, maybe some DTs. And look at this. He broke those back rocks, going to put down this third right here. Very safe third to take. Not so safe for Destiny to take this when, of course, those air units are out on the field. Looks like they're going to make their way around here too. So once the Infestors get out for Destiny, then he starts to get those roaches, works on the upgrades as well. But transition seems to be quite nice. Work out quite nice for him. Got more Phoenix going out here. Where do those Void Rays go? Okay, here are the Void Rays making their way over. Going to cannon up this. Uh-oh. A lot of Zerglings going to come in here. Oh, the walls are not down quite yet. Now, if he opens this up, though, he's also going to open up a route to his third. That is not going to be good. The whole army is going to move over here. Uh-oh. Destiny's going to have to move those lings back. Those lings are going to melt. And he could... Oh, my God. Get those Void Rays. He does get 2 off of a fungal. He could chain these fungals. He's going to get another one. He's probably... No, it doesn't look... Yes, he does go for another fungal. He might need one more. And there's some feedbacks already coming out. Storm's already going down. The Void Rays do fall. At least one of them does. And it's too bad he didn't fungal that army back there. Going to pick up some infestors. Oh! That's why we have the extra Phoenixes to help out with those infestors. Socke obviously playing against his opponent and not necessarily against the race. He knows that Destiny likes to get those infestors out. So by padding the Phoenix a little bit, or with a little bit more Phoenixes, he can pick up those infestors, eliminate them. Those are such high gas cost units to get eliminated like that. And being left with just a Roach-Ling army is not where you want to be, especially when your opponent has High Templar, can storm you. He knows that this base is up and is operating fully. The third base for Destiny is not doing well. This one is going up. He's going to try to get a double expand off here. But what does Destiny do at this point? I mean, he's kind of opened a can of worms here as he's going to see this Protoss army moving out. And is he going to get into a more favorable area that he can engage in? High Templar moving out first. Roaches are going to catch them. Roaches, get those High Templar. Those are free kills. And he does manage to get both of them. And all the High Templar are eliminated. Suddenly, those infestors will play a much larger role in this battle. But the Roaches have to get out of there. It looks like this base is going to go down, and Destiny's okay with it. He drops down a few force field to make sure the Roaches will not stop him. But it was kind of a decoy. He basically traded High Templars to kill a base that wasn't mining, and now we might have a counterattack at the front. There are fewer cannons here at the front. The Phoenixes are going to see it. They're going to know that there's something fishy going on. They can't lift all those, though. And the 2 first force fields going to be thrown out. They will lift a couple of Roaches here. More Stalkers making their way over. Not as nearly as many infestors out on the field as we had before. And the back rocks will go down as the Protoss army looks like they are going to get... Oh, my goodness. Socke saying, you can't have this side of the map. Oh, no, I'm going to take it. As the Nexus will go down. A lot of cannons being built here at the front. Roach going to come forward, be like, oh, what's this? Oh, no, it's the whole Protoss army wanting to walk into my base. We have more Phoenixes making their way over right now. And a huge, huge Roach, heavy upgraded Roach-Ling army right now, though. Do we have +3 for our Protoss? +2, getting +3 right now, about to finish, going up to Hive Tech, getting the Spire. Oh, I'm thinking this is not really good for Destiny. He's throwing down a couple of gateways here as well. And this is really going to affect the basically the places in which Zerg can engage. But at the same time, it can allow the Protoss Socke to engage right into his opponent's front door. There, he's finally going to take care of these Phoenixes. He's got to be careful. He's going to need these infestors in this battle. Force fields going down. A lot of Roaches will be lost here. Storms now being dropped on the first set of Roaches. One Colossus is out as well. Does he have Neural Parasite? No, he does not. So only be Fungals and Roaches to do... Yes, he does. There he goes. He just didn't have enough energy for it. So he will Neural Parasite both the Void Ray and that Colossus, but he just... Does he have enough units? He's going to have the reinforcement advantage here. Yes, I do think he will have enough units. Oh my gosh, chasing the Protoss back into his base. He's going to take out all these units. There are more being warped in here at the main. Is he going to be able to make his way in? There's the force field. A lot of cannons there to get rid of all that stuff. He only needs to take care of a couple of pylons there to get rid of it. But what happens next? As a lot of that army from Socke was completely eliminated. This fourth base now up for Destiny. A lot of Zealots making their way out. And oh my gosh, if the Zealots make into this mining base right now, it would be so bad. There's not a lot of minerals left for Destiny. There are a lot of roaches here. If he catches these zealots first, of course he will. He sees them on the creep. Zealots are all going to be taken out. That's a lot of money just donated over to Destiny. Meanwhile, Destiny going to try to be expanding yet again right next to his opponent's base. Will the roaches finally try to break through this front door? He simply doesn't have the resources, even with these guys in the shields. If he could possibly surprise them, I don't know. More High Templar being warped in here. Looks like each of them has a storm apiece. Another Colossus is out. An Immortal is out. And we have a lot of roaches, a lot of lings. And when is he going to engage? This next battle might just decide it. But I feel like Destiny is behind a little bit on economy. He's got fewer harvesters, less bases, bringing in about 200 less. And the Protoss is moving out. He's got a ton of High Templar. He's going to kill this creep tumors. Literally has only one infester and going to have to go in for the engagement. Going after those High Templar right away, will immediately dash back as the storms rain down on his head. But all those High Templar were not lost, so some more storms coming your way, Destiny. And he moves in and out of them very, very nicely, but I think the Protoss simply has too much. Some Hydras coming out, but they just are going to be just no match for the Colossus that keep continuing in number here. I think Protoss may have won this battle of attrition. Destiny really trying to hang on, healing his roaches up. Hydra's out for some additional damage, but those High Templar will just rip through those Hydras. There are no storms, but feedback in case any infestors do come out. Looks like some Zealots snuck their way into the back. Oh my gosh, a lot of Zealots snuck their way into the back. As Destiny not able to engage with that. And, oh, this is going to be a bad engagement here for Destiny. He has got very little army, moving what units he can back. He had to move a lot of these units over to try to protect that main. The Hydra's coming out. They're going to get stormed, trying to move through those storms. And he is going to go down. Oh, the drones coming out. And there it is. GG from Destiny as Socke moves on to winners round 2 after defeating Destiny in an amazing 2-1 series. A very, very nice game. And a great way to start off winner round 1 for the IPL Season 2. I'm DJ Wheat, and I'll see you next time for another matchup in the IPL Season 2.